Domless engines. A special train arrived one day and the Fat Controller welcomed the passengers. They looked at everything in the yard and photographed the engines. This engine's name was Spencer, the new truck. He replaced Mallard because Mallard was a bad truck, wanting these engines and tugboats and stuff to be scrapped. Don't know why. Duck's driver let some of them ride in his cab. They're the Railway Society, his driver explained. They've come to see us. Their engine's called Spencer. He was the first to go 100 miles an hour. Let's get finished, then we can go and talk to him. Oh, said Duck. Oh, he's too famous to notice me. Rubbish, said Miles' driver. Come on. Duck found Spencer at the coaling stage. May I talk to you? He asked Charlie. Of course, smiled the famous engine. I see you are one of us. I'm trying to teach them our ways, said Duck modestly. All ship-shape and sweetened fashion, that's right. Please could you tell me how you beat the Southwestern? So Spencer told Duck all about his famous run from Plymouth to Bristol more than 50 years ago. They were soon firm friends, and Duck talked about Western till late and talked about Great Western till late at night. Spencer left early next morning. Good riddance, grumbled Gordon, chatting all night, keeping important engines awake. Who's he anyway? He's called Spencer. He's famous. As famous as me? Nonsense. He's famouser than you. He went 100 miles an hour before you were drawn or thought of. So he says. I didn't like his looks. He's got no dome, said Gordon darkly. Never trust domless engines, they're not respectable. I never boast, Gordon continued modestly. At 100 miles an hour would be easy for me. Goodbye. Presently Duck took some trucks to Edward Station. He was cross and it was lucky for those trucks that they played no tricks. Hello, called Edward. Spencer, the famous engine Spencer, came through this morning. He whistled to me. Wasn't he kind? He's the finest engine in the world, said Doug. And he told Edward about it. Spencer and what Gordon had said. Don't take any notice, soothed Edward. He's just jealous. He thinks no engine could be famous but him. Look, he's coming now. Gordon's boiler seemed to have swollen, larger than ever. He was running very fast. He swayed up and down, and from side to side his wheels pounded the rails. He did it, I'll do it. He did it, I'll do it, he panted. His train rocketed past and was gone. Almost like someone else has been tailed off. Edward chuckled and winked at Duck. Gordon's trying to Spencer, he said. Duck was still cross. I should think he'll knock himself to bits, he snorted. I heard something rattle as he went through. Gordon's driver eased him off. Steady, boy, he said. We aren't running a race. We are then, said Gordon. He said it to himself. I've never known him ride so roughly before, remarked his driver. His fireman grabbed the brake to steady himself. He's giving himself a hammering and no mistake. Soon Gordon began to feel a little bit queer. The top of my boiler seems funny, he thought. It's just as if something was loose. I'd better go slower. But by then it was too late. They met the wind on the viaduct. It wasn't just a gentle wind, nor was it a hard, steady wind. It was a teasing wind which blew suddenly in hard puffs and caught you unawares. Gordon thought it wanted to push him off the bridge. No, you don't, he said firmly. But the wind had other ideas. It curled round his boiler, crept under his bluestone, and lifted it off, and away into the valley it fell. On the rocks with a clang. Gordon was most uncomfortable. He felt cold, though his dome wasn't.